yogis. So I'm actually going to film my class and that's coming up, and I already know some of the aspects I'm going to bring into it. Something that's been coming up for me just over the last 24 hours. So I've pulled a card, so I thought I'd share that with you from the Ravian Feelings Messenger Oracle Guidebook. And the card is number 28, Need and Necessity. Night and day exist within the very same moment. So it's like, the dark and the light, the sun and the moon, like we talk in yoga with hatha. Creation and destruction wear the same face. You only see one or the other because you are not seeing the whole. What you may see as harmful, another may believe to be good. All is based upon perception. In nature, all occurs according to need and necessity, not right or wrong. Ask yourself, is there a genuine need to act? Is change necessary for your continued well-being and happiness? If the answer is yes, then act. If the answer is no, then do not. I had a friend of mine come into my class last night, very good friend, and he's had an altercation with someone in his life, a client actually, and to the point where it's actually become quite a legal battle, if you like. And I could tell he was really not himself. And funnily enough, I'd actually had him come into my thoughts, and had a vision of this quite this darkness around him. And so after class, I pulled him aside and I asked him if he was okay. And I told him actually what I had seen, and he said, "Wow, everything that I was saying to him was in fact true." So we decided we'd have a catch up, and we did that this morning. And I know if it wasn't for him and if it wasn't for the situation that he had got himself into, I wouldn't have had this beautiful morning. We chose to go for a big walk along the beach. We ended up swimming. I had my yoga clothes on and just went into the ocean because it was hot and beautiful. This is at 7 a.m. today. And had a swim and got out of the water, and I gave him a hug and I said, "Thank you. Let's thank this man who's come into your life, because without him we wouldn't have certainly had that morning that we had together." And while we're walking along the beach, we also think about everything that we're grateful for. So he's since decided to make quite a few changes in his business. And often, if the universe really wants us to make change and to shake things up, the universe is going to do its darnest best job to really shake us, especially if we're stuck in our ways, which I know that my friend can be. And some of the things he now needs to put in place, legally, and security-wise as well. Probably he's been meaning to do these for some time, but how as it goes, time is we're so short on time that when we're so quick to respond to current day to day and not really working on some of the the bigger picture things and some of the business things that need to be done. So perhaps you can relate to that really well, like my friend can. And it's reminding ourselves when something negative does happen, when shit hits the fan, usually there's something that's wonderful that's going to come out of it. And I am just so grateful. I know I share stories like this with you so often now. The day that someone reversed into the front of my car and it put me into a muddle, and I thought, wow, what's coming in, universe? And there was Karen Smith, one of my mentors and someone I've been following for some time, arriving at my class to do one of my classes, and we went on to spend a lot of time together, and she's mentored me and helped me so much. I could have just gone, poor me, and sucked that one up, but I decided not to. So sometimes it's really important that we sit, and I'll be honest with you, only 5 minutes ago, Bettina, who works with me, she was here picking up all my video content from my SD cards that's in the camera and putting it onto her laptop. And unfortunately, in that process, we actually lost a whole lot of content, one of them being a live course I just ran last week. And she got really emotional, of course, and she got upset, and she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, and I don't know what happened." And I said, "Oh, it happened for a reason. I needed to learn just to probably get a little bit more tech savvy, you know, buy a few more cards and have a bit more of a flow when we're working so much now, because we're filming so often here at the studios for all of our online content. So yeah, it's the universe again shaking us up and saying, right, let's get some things sorted, get some things happening so we can run a smooth, systemized business. So, you know, where is the universe knocking at your door? What are you being asked to change? How are you needing to step up and really present yourself to the world? So these are some pretty big questions, and maybe just find out by looking around at something that has happened to you recently that maybe you jumped out and thought, oh, poor me. And maybe you realise that that was probably a blessing, you know, and not getting your way on something that you really, really wanted for so long. You know, something falling apart that you had built for so long. What did it pave the way for? Some sort of learning. So ask yourself, what is it that has happened to me in recent times that I first thought was really, really negative, and now I realise was a gift? So that way we can be better equipped and armed for when things do happen. Yeah, something's going to happen maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, and before you judge and jump and react, stop and take a breath and go, okay, universe, what is it I need to learn? What do you want me to understand right now? What do I need to let go of? Trust, 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 and always coming. It's an honour to share these insights with each and every one of you. I'm only inspired by what comes in through the doors every day when people share their lives with me, that the energy in a classroom and what comes out through it. So I'm really looking forward to spending more time with you on this other side of the screen, or hopefully one day in person. It's an honour to impart these words of wisdom that certainly are not mine, that have come through me to you and through clients and through everyone that's following me and supporting me on this journey. Thank you for making a contribution to that. Namaste.